Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a no contact message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time. Okay? Also, quick message, I do have a few more personal reading slots open. So if you are interested, you can find the link in the description box below, as well as the link to join us over on Patreon for the extended readings. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Okay, so the first message that we have here is, I'm protecting your peace. And I'm picking up on a very heavy external energy with this card here. So Divine Feminine, I feel like this is not a message directed to you. However, this is a message about you because this energy is directed at someone else. There's someone in your masculine's energy field who's being protected from the truth about you. And it almost feels like this masculine is in this place where they're literally guarding this person's mental and emotional well-being by being very, very selective with what they share about you. Almost like they know that you, or the subject of you, the very essence of you, is a huge trigger. And I don't know who this person is in relation to this masculine, but it's very interesting that they know that revealing the truth about you will disrupt the peace in some way. But what's sticking out here, what's really being highlighted, is that it's not you specifically, Divine Feminine, that they're trying to safeguard this person from. It's how they feel about you, okay? It's their emotions when it comes to you. So this is tapping into someone who has some very, very deep romantic feelings about you. And because your masculine is pretty sure that coming out with this would completely shift their life, shift their timeline, or just completely dismantle someone, they are protecting this truth about you with everything that they have, okay? Wow, I just got very clearly, whatever this truth is, they're planning on taking this to the grave. So this is something heavy, not only in terms of weight, but also in terms of how long this masculine has been carrying this without anyone being aware. And when it comes to this specific dynamic that I'm tapping into, it's almost as if this masculine has always placed you in a separate category from everyone else. But it's not for the reason that you may think, Divine Feminine. It's almost as if this person knows that once they actually sit down and explore the depth of what they feel for you, all hell is going to break loose. So this energy is very, very specific. You will definitely know if this is your message because I'm just getting this energy of the peace being disturbed. So maybe this message is coming to you to bring you clarity on what's going on behind the scenes with your person. But what Spirit keeps showing me is the fact that they never planned on expressing whatever this is about you. So this is a masculine who was prepared to take this truth about you to the grave, Divine Feminine. That is very, very heavy. So I don't know what it is that you experience with this person, what this connection has awakened in this masculine, or how this connection compares to the timeline that they're on, the life that they're living right now. But the fact that this information is finding you at this time, I feel like that's just very, very interesting, especially if you were not privy to the way that this person really viewed you, okay? Let's get the next message here. Wow. This energy is so heavy. The next message that we have here is, I'm holding a grudge against you. I also want to note before we get into the energy of this card, you may be picking up on a lot of upheaval. A lot of things may be coming to the surface at this time because we're under the energy of this lunar eclipse in Pisces. And Pisces represents the 12th house. It is the subconscious mind. It is very heavy emotion. especially things that are hidden. All of this is kind of being released at this time. And eclipse energy, especially when it's a full moon, is way more powerful than a typical full moon because it's energy that you can't really possess or you can't really control. But I'm definitely picking up on some very, very heavy energy from you, Divine Feminine. I feel like this is how you feel about this masculine at this time, okay? This is someone that you opened up to. And you may be sitting back and asking yourself, what was it all for? Okay? I feel like this is a masculine that came into your life and literally took it by storm. This is someone that changed you. Okay? You can literally look back at the moment that you crossed paths with this person, the moment that you met this person, and your life has not been the same. So the fact that there is distance between the both of you, the fact that the communication is not up to par, or the connection is just simply not where you want it to be or you feel like it should be, I feel like you may be holding a little bit of a grudge against this masculine. And maybe you haven't verbalized that, but I'm feeling a lot of tension when it comes to your heart chakra. So you may notice under the energy of this lunar eclipse that a lot of emotion comes up. This is also happening to your person in their world, but it may be manifesting in a different way. It's almost like the both of you are being asked to face this connection in a way that may be very, very uncomfortable. But if I'm being completely honest, there is this overarching energy that's coming through in the reading. For you, Divine Feminine, you may be asked to take a deeper look at your heart chakra, how it is that you're feeling as it pertains to where you are with your person. But when it comes to this masculine, your energy is showing up in a very, very weird way, okay? It's almost like your person is being faced with the fact that they've had to protect certain people in their lives from you or from their feelings about you. And under this energy of this eclipse, that energy is coming to the surface. There's something very forceful about eclipse energy. You don't even have to do anything. This is not the typical full moon where you have to release and you need to journal and you need to write. The universe is going to move and release things that need to be released on its own. Okay? And I really, really feel like there is something here. There is a truth, specifically a hidden truth about you and about this connection that is about to be unearthed. For you, this may be happening in a very private way, you know, in the privacy of your home, within your physical body, within your emotional body. But for your masculine, this is erupting all around them, okay? This is not only affecting them, but there is heavy external energy coming through for them as well, okay? Let's get the next message here. Yeah, major confirmation. The next message that we have is beautiful lies and the ugly truth. There's somebody that's been painting pictures, okay? If you're resonating with this message so far, you both know something about this connection or about one another that everyone else is completely oblivious to. And what that is that this masculine is living a double life. Anytime this card comes out, the energy is very direct, it's very bold, it's very cut and dry. This is a masculine that is existing in two places at one time. Where they are in their current reality with the current players or people in their reality, and then they have you sitting in this category, even though you may be at a distance from them. And I'm picking up on heavy, heavy heart chakra energy, not only with this card, but with the whole reading, okay? Divine Feminine, this masculine is in love with you, but they're also living a double life. Because anytime this card comes out, it points to a masculine that knows with every fiber in their being that they're in the wrong place, that they're with the wrong person, that they are living the wrong life. So that's the beautiful lie. It's the aspect of this masculine's life that appears to be beautiful. It appears to be perfect on the surface, but it's merely an illusion. And this is why that first card came out, which is a very, very bold statement. I'm protecting your peace, okay? There is someone in this masculine's energy field This could be a family member, this could be a current partner. There is someone that this masculine is connected to that they feel like they have to protect from the truth about you or the truth about this. And that's very telling, okay? Maybe this masculine met you under very, very difficult circumstances. Maybe you crossed paths and you just completely erupted their timeline. I feel like there's a very interesting backstory when it comes to how you and this person aligned. But that's truly how they have categorized their life. The beautiful lie, and you, divine feminine, being represented as the ugly truth. And the minute I said that, Spirit wants me to clarify that the word ugly, the way that it's coming through in this reading, is more so hidden. This is not a negative thing. This is not a bad thing. It's just a complete opposite of what it is that your person is living or portraying at this time. It's almost like they view your connection in this way because it completely contradicts the life that they're currently living. So while you may be in this place, divine feminine, where you're sitting back and you could be holding a bit of a grudge for this masculine because it's almost like they opened something within you and left it unfinished. They've changed you forever, okay? You're not the same person. You cannot go back to living the life that you were living. But I don't think you know how hard it is for this masculine as well. Maybe they mask it very good. Maybe they have a way of portraying this beautiful lie or painting this picture that everything is perfect. But the way this energy is coming through, this is something that has been very, very heavy for them. And this is why the twin flame journey is not for the weak. Because this is the perfect example of what the underlying energy looks like. Everyone talks about this journey as if it's, so beautiful and it's so life-changing, but what happens when it shows up as a complete contradiction to your current timeline? And it forces your person to make a separation between their plan and God's plan. This is what I'm picking up on here. And the fact that they decided consciously or subconsciously to take this to the grave is very, very telling, okay? I could be tapping into a connection where this masculine is already spoken for. Maybe the both of you are, okay? Maybe they're single at this time, or maybe they're ending a current chapter of their lives. This can manifest in so many different ways depending on where you both were when this connection was initiated, but what's sticking out here is that this truth about you completely contradicts their current reality. Ever since this masculine crossed paths with you, they've been faced with choosing between the beautiful lie and the ugly or the hidden truth, okay? And Spirit keeps saying hidden, okay? So the hidden truth. So again, this energy is not pointing directly to you, divine feminine, but it is about you, okay? It's not personal. This is more so tapping into this masculine, where they are, where their mind is, how they truly, truly are viewing you and what it is that they're dealing with, especially under this eclipse energy at this time. So I feel like this being revealed or this coming out, it says a lot more about them than it says about you, okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have is, you're making me uncomfortable. Wow. I feel like this reading is pointing to exactly what it looks like, specifically what it feels like when the masculine settles or chooses a different path or goes in a different route before they actually meet their person or before they actually meet the divine feminine. But if you're wondering how it is that you are influencing this masculine's world, people can feel your presence, divine feminine. And I feel like your masculine has done his due diligence in protecting people from knowing how much power and how much influence you really, really hold. Because this is someone that kind of runs their domain. I'm also getting heavy emperor energy with this card here. So this is a masculine, like I picked up on one of the previous cards, who has everyone sitting in a specific category. They pretty much run their world in a very, very structured way, okay? So this card here, I feel like this is not only tapping into how people in their surrounding energy may be feeling about you, but this masculine may feel this way about you too, divine feminine. It feels like you have this very, very powerful position over someone who is very, very powerful. Okay, I hope that's coming through clearly. And people can feel your presence. I don't know, maybe there's been glimpses of your energy. Maybe your name has come up. Maybe your energy has come through in certain places where it's not supposed to be. There's something about this energy of people not really liking that you have so much power or influence over a masculine who has power and influence in their own domain, in their life, you know? I'm picking up on heavy, heavy emperor energy. And this is what it feels like when they meet the Empress. It is a divine match. You know, people can feel that. So just your very essence, just you crossing paths with your person, people can feel you, divine feminine, as well as this masculine can feel that they have met their divine counterpart. So I don't think you understand how uncomfortable this is really making your person feel. So if you're wondering what it is about you or this connection that seriously made your person consider taking this to the grave, it is absolutely the power and the influence that you have over a complete timeline without even being present. But there's something about that energy that just feels very, very tricky. The fact that this information that your person wasn't even planning on sharing is finding you today. Okay? I feel like there's a reason for that. Let's get the next message here. Yeah. The next message that we have here is answer the call. This is exactly why I feel like this energy is finding you. Everything in your person's life now, especially under this energy, it feels like a call to action. I feel like your person is having second thoughts on holding on to this truth about you. The fact that they are in love with you, the fact that they did have this experience with you, the fact that something in their life completely contradicts this experience, this relationship, this connection, this bond that they have with you. And again, there's this overarching energy where they're being guided to answer the call. And this is so much deeper than them just making a choice. This is about them choosing a path. This is about them choosing a life. Because I'm getting very, very clearly, your person did not choose God's plan for their life. And I really feel like this is why you may be holding this grudge against them, divine feminine. Whoever you are, I feel like when you met this masculine, there was some type of heart chakra activation where you may have received so many spiritual downloads when it comes to your life, what you and this masculine were supposed to do in this lifetime, just how things were supposed to pan out over the course of your connection. And it feels like this masculine did not follow suit. So this is why you're being asked to release that heaviness that you may be carrying, divine feminine, because your person is being guided to answer the call. Okay? You may notice that under this energy, you don't feel the urge to reach out to your person. You feel really detached. You don't feel a sense of urgency. I feel like you've played that role before. You've been the person who has initiated. You've been the person who has tried to gently guide your masculine in the direction of God's plan. When it came to the activation, you were very, very fearless, but I'm getting this masculine was afraid. Okay? And maybe they ran in a different direction. But they've come to the place in this journey where everything feels like a call to action. They may be seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities in their journey. It just feels like this energy of your energy showing up in places that it really should not be. People responding to you even though you're not present. Anytime a masculine meets the divine feminine, I always note how people surrounding the masculine in their energy field, they know when this connection has been activated. It's just something that you can feel. It's so powerful. And I feel like that's very evident in the reading. The fact that this masculine knew that even opening up about this will completely disrupt the peace. It says a lot about who you are, Divine Feminine. Even though you may be sitting back and holding a grudge, you may be a little disappointed, especially since this is someone who's very powerful, okay? They're coming through as Emperor energy. I feel like you expected more from this person. But yeah, there's definitely something that's pulling at their heartstrings, okay? And it feels like it's their higher power. So this lunar eclipse may be very, very interesting for this masculine, okay? Let's get the last message here. Wow. So the last message that we have is, I'm not apologizing for this. And I immediately heard, I owe you an apology. So I'm picking up on a dual message here. On one hand, this feels like the energy of a breakthrough. I don't know what is about to transpire under this lunar eclipse energy, but it's almost like your person feels like they're done protecting the peace of everyone else. There's something about this energy that's coming through with the lunar eclipse in Pisces where a lot of people are letting go of being self-sacrificial. You may be feeling this, Divine Feminine. This energy is just echoing throughout the collective. Your masculine has been protecting people around him because deep down he knows that your energy is going to disrupt the peace. This masculine knows your power. This masculine knows what type of feminine that you are. You are a walking catalyst. This masculine also knows that whatever change was initiated, I feel like they stopped the process. You may have very well been changing things or rocking the boat the minute that you stepped into this masculine's life. And maybe they didn't really let you in on the severity of what's been happening behind the scenes. But this is someone who's very, very powerful. I feel like they wear a very brave face. They're very stoic, okay? This is the type of masculine that's built for their life. But they've been very, very self-sacrificial, especially when it comes to their heart space. I feel like this is an area of their life that they have completely put on the back burner. But I don't feel like they're going to be able to do that anymore, okay? So for that aspect of their life, they're no longer apologizing for that. They're no longer apologizing for pretty much finding the love of their life, being activated, running into their divine feminine under very, very tricky circumstances. On the other hand, divine feminine, I feel like they owe you an apology because of how this all played out. I feel like it's very evident what they owe you an apology for, because it kind of feels like this masculine may have left you hanging in a lot of ways that they didn't really consider how it would affect you on the other end of this, on the receiving end of this. But I don't feel like this was malicious, okay? I feel like I'm picking up on two people who understood the terms in which this connection was initiated. And it's just been very, very difficult for the both of you to unravel this or to really tap into this energy. But they definitely want your forgiveness for how this played out. Also, I'm being drawn back to the card, answer the call. This masculine may literally reach out to you. They may speak to you. It's almost like a huge shift, you know, right at the energy of this lunar eclipse or immediately after the energy clears, where this person literally goes from wanting to take this to the grave, not wanting to open up about how much they love you, not wanting to rock the boat, not wanting to choose a different life, not wanting to just burn it all down, to wanting to open up to you, to not apologizing for what they experienced with you, for not really apologizing for falling in love, okay? I feel like this may all be completely mind-blowing for this masculine because they have emperor energy. I feel like this is someone that's not really moved when it comes to their heart space, okay? Maybe they just handle business. Maybe they're very business-minded. Something about their energy just feels very orderly. But the fact that to this very day, you have power and influence over someone who is very powerful and influential is speaking volumes, okay? This feels like power couple energy. It feels like the energy of two heads are better than one. And up until this point, your person was just stuffing all of this stuff down, you know, not really wanting to explore what you made them feel, what they experienced with you, or what you cracked open when you met them, Divine Feminine. But clearly, both of you have been changed. And I feel like that's really at the center of this grudge that you may be holding with this masculine. It's not so much that you're mad at them or that you're upset. It's almost like you're sitting back and asking yourself, or even asking God, all of this was for what? You know, I meet this person, my heart chakra cracks open, I'm going through Kundalini awakenings, I'm healing, you know, I'm healing my trauma, I'm going through all of these stages of the journey. For what? And I feel like you are about to receive the answer for that, a very, very clear answer, because there is an overarching energy that's coming through in this reading. And because you're in this place, Divine Feminine, where you no longer feel like you have to prove that you are who you are, this masculine is going to be the one to initiate, okay? So I just keep being drawn back to the card, answer the call, okay? I feel like they're going to get in contact with you. And this may completely catch you off guard. Not only that, but the things that they say to you are going to completely catch you off guard. The truths that they tell you, Divine Feminine, that they were going to take to the grave, they may be extremely heavy, because you have to think about the heaviness of something that a person is willing to bury and never ever speak on. Whatever they're going to tell you is something that you may have to brace yourself for, okay? But it's going to bring you a lot of clarity. So definitely be on the lookout for that, or just pay very, very close attention to the shifts in energy as we navigate through this lunar eclipse, okay? By the time we get through this energy, you are going to have so much divine clarity, not only about yourself, but also about the people in your life, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to head over to Patreon just to pull through more cards. This energy is very, very heavy, and I just feel a lot more coming through with this. So I'm going to pull through more cards just to see what else comes through. But thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to join us for the extendeds, you can find the link in the description box below, as well as in that very first pinned comment. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.